Hello, hello all, welcome to FPR1. I'm your host Fuse Demon, and we are here for round 8 of the 100% race season here at the lovely track of Qatar, which in real life saw many drivers losing all will to live after driving 57 laps around a very hot and sweaty track at full pelt, mind you. So, loading into the games here, just quick run through of the current order of the standings. We've got, look at that, 3 people, all on 135 points. THC, Robbo and Spread all together there. Axel bringing up the rear of that group, 18 points behind on the chase. Missed out in the last 2 races, but is back again for Qatar to try and close that points gap. Healy with a fantastic, unbelievable race win last time out in Mexico. I highly recommend you watch that one back after you've watched this one first. He went out and brings himself up to P5 ahead of Spriggs. Dystopian also going up ahead of Spriggs. A lot of chaos happened in that race. A lot of chaos, which we'll talk about at a different time. But Qatar, 57 laps for a whole 100% race distance. It's going to be a very long one for the lads driving out here because you have got nothing but concentration. We've got turn after turn after turn, and it's all at full pelt pretty much, barring the odd couple of corners. We're going to switch over to the main feed as we are in the lobby, and we've got cars out on the track as we speak. I try and find them. I believe it might be Bolts. There he is. In quite, I say, the most lovely looking Ferrari with the white and red there. I think it looks stellar. Absolutely. No, we're not talking about the beer. It looks absolutely lovely there. In its former glory. So, Bolt's coming around first time for the person to try and set a lap round here. Invalidations happen quite often. You go slightly beyond that white line and you're a bit fucked, really. That's going to be your lap there and gone. So we're going to go on board with the Ferrari driver as he starts his flying lap with the only and one and only DRS zone down start finish straight. And we're starting now, heading wrong down towards turn 1, very long. I can't get my left and right hand. And straight away flick it into a left hander, a little bit of the double brakes, and then flat out through turn 3 here. On the run towards turn 4, a little bit lift off the throttle, maybe a dab of the old brakes, but you keep it pinned all the way through turn 4, 5, and then you run towards turn 6 where you got the one of the biggest braking zones on the circuit. He's done that quite well. Car's hopping out the way towards turn 7 then. Another little dab of brakes down to 5th or 4th even if you want to get the extra rotation. And then flat all the way through this next session before you hit a little bit of braking zone. This one can be quite a good car to catch people out in terms of braking zones. It's a little bit slower than you think on the entrance, and then you flat all the way through this final sector. It is amazing. All you need to do is just do a little bit of lifting, not even touching the brakes. Even for this bit here, maybe a little dab if you're feeling you've got too much speed going through there, and then into the final corner, a little dab of brakes, and that is a lap of Qatar. We'll probably see a few people run out of deployment here, but it's all good in the hood. First flying lap of the day, and it's a 22.3. Moving further back, we've got Hilly on and invalidated, Dystopian in the other Aston Martin there. He's starting his first flying lap. It'd be interesting to see how the cameras look round on this. I haven't actually done a spectated race at Qatar, so it'll be interesting to see what the cameras look like around here. At least I think I have in the past, which then again, Slaps and stuff have done this track, so you know. Some other drivers setting lap times. Phantom Dragon the Alpha Male does 22.7, 23.2 for Hugh, and Gray with 23.3 jumps into the Mercedes car for this time. As a reminder for all the people watching for the first time, this is a 100% realistic performance league, so all the cars will be based on the current game situation, performance ratings, and it's obviously a full 100% race distance with a short qualifying session to set up the grid for the race. And there is no constructors battle. It is all drivers. It's the driving as the allocated cars change every week. Full details on the Discord, which I will find out to set up links and that. But yeah, I don't use Twitch that often. Maybe someone could help me out. So the Dystopian that goes across the line, he does a 22.4, still slightly behind Bolts. Bolts still holding the top end of the pace setting. His teammate has done a validated outlap, but it will be going to gear, but we've already seen it for our years. Someone will want to be seeing Axel in the AlphaTauri on his return, going into the final corner now. Jumps down to 4th. He has a lot more ERS than other people, so maybe he's tried to save a little bit for this last little stretch of deployment. Is he going to get deployment news? No, he's not. He's actually going to be able to use full mount, so he's saved his ERS somewhere else on the track. So only 22.5 so far in the AlphaTauri, which is not bad considering the car. And also the pace. We've got Franz, he's validated on that lap. I was going to go above with the Red Bull then. Misfits is going around again. The other Ferrari also set purple sectors, but I think we've all gotten used to the fact that if the purple sector does come up, most of the 9 out of 10 times it's a fake purple sector. Bolt's questioning how he's holding P1. Don't question it, enjoy it, take it all in. I know there's only 8 people that set lap times, but take it all in where you can, because that feeling could disappear very quickly. But not invalidating at the moment is the Ferrari of Misfits. Going to go on board as we're into the final sector here. Bit more of a downward brake, not as confident as his teammate there going through that corner. A huge outburst of the brakes there. And again, a lot more ERS. Saving it elsewhere in the track. I don't necessarily think that actually benefits the lap in any sort of way. 24.9 for Misfits. Robbo out there in the first sector, returning to the Alpine, DNFing, of course, in the last race. Bolt's confirming that he has the top fastest 3 sectors. Robbo crosses line, it's P6. The Ferrari fans have got to celebrate something. They've got to celebrate something, you know. We've got Karov coming round, and he might be able to set a pretty quick lap. The Alfa Romeo. Through he goes. DRS is now wide open. What's he going to do? Is he going to take it? Oh, he does. Takes it off Bolts. Goes P1. With a 22-1, only by 0.2 over Bolts, so you know, if Bolts, you got time, get a cheeky another lap in there, cheeky extra few tenths, maybe sneak into the 121s. You never know, you never know. Well, pop reminder though, I think some people were doing 21s in the practice qualifying session earlier in the practice lobby. So we might see a sneaky 121. Conrad said he might have been able to do a 21.8. But he invalidated it, so, who knows. We got Blink Lord. He's gone into the McLaren this time. And how did he not invalidate there? Oh, that is impressive. Oh, fair play, I'll give you that one. Fair play. Schmitty having a disconnection issue. He's currently P11 in the Red Bull. The other Red Bull did set a time 1:34.8. Still getting used to the track. Spread, Spriggs and KZA all out on track. Jesus is also out on track. Jesus is now in a Mercedes. Not the best of results he had. Not the best of results in the last race. I might talk about that in a bit of detail in the intermission between the qualifying and the race. But as Danlo crosses the line, it's only P13 at 23.6. Quite a spread, a second between P2 and the... not P2, second between P2 and P13. But here we go. Go ball our house for once. It's going to be spread at more people. But here he is, flicking the car around the track. We're going through that final tricky braking point, and now he's going to be entering the quickest sector of all, sector 3. Completely flat out. Let's see how much balls he has. He's flat through there. He's a little bit of a lift through there to 6th gear, back up to 7th, and a little dab of brakes and flick it in for the penultimate corner, and now into the final corner here. Little dab of the brakes, dragging it across, bring as much overspeed as he can as he's run out of deployment, so he needs all the exit speed there, and it is going to only put him P9. Literally 100th ahead of the curse there, who sits in P10. Further up the other, we've got Jesus, who shot right up there for a lovely P6. Both Mercedes doing quite well, P3 and P6 for them. Also both Astons, well, sat in P4 and P5. Hilly, the race winner from last time, looking pretty good for pace so far. Team Dystopian, though, has just started another flying lap. I think we've already been on board with him for a lap. Here we go, Corey on a cooldown. We're trying to find someone who we haven't been on board with yet. Hunter gunning on invalidations in P11. KZ just did a lap. Spriggs, there we go. Board with Spriggs, he's going into the final sector. The P2 merchant, as we like to call him. Going through the final sector. Oh, a big cut on the inside there, and that's an invalidation. He's going to dive right back into the pits with only 6 minutes 20 seconds yet to go, and not a lap on the board. Needs to get one down. If he keeps invalidating, he could see himself starting 19th and last on the grid. 19 drivers, there was potentially going to be 20, but we had a couple of last minute dropouts, but that's no biggie. People got stuff to do. People got stuff to do. And a reminder for all the drivers out there, you score points for finishing the race. Even if you're like, you know, a lap down, out points, well, out of the actual F1 points, you know, a lap down or even 2 or 3 laps down, if you finish the race, you'll get your points. It is to promote a closer competition, whilst also still giving a decent reward at the top end of the field. And also to promote people not retiring early. No one likes that. No one likes that. Bolts is out again. He's currently improving through sector 2 by 2/100ths there. Let's see if we can find some more time through here. Very on the edge of the track limits there. He's pushing. He wants to take that topsail back off of Kamarov, who's also now going back out on track in the Alfa Romeo. Few other cars also out there. Kurse, Schmitty, Misfits, France. They're all doing laps. It's going to be Bolt's first one to do his second flyer. He does improve by nearly 2/10 and gets very close to Kamarov. That is very, very close. We're talking, well, that's about nearly 300ths between them two. Very close indeed. We'll go find the Kurse here. Also up by a couple of hundredths by the second set, into the second sector though. It's 3/10. That's a healthy amount of positions actually you could gain there. Needs to make sure he doesn't invalidate though. And looking good, a bit of marbles from going a bit wide previously, but it's not going to be an issue. Hughes joined us. Hello, hello. And DRS all the way down to the start finish, and it's going to be a P3. Big jumps from the Kurse there in the Williams. Franz has also made a big jump. He's gone ahead of his teammates, P14. Schmitty out and doing another flyer in sector 1 going board. This is probably one of the best covers. A very pink helmet there. Very, very pink, to say the least. Lovely, simply lovely. As Max Verstappen would say. Getting yellow, so two, I think that's just a car going slowly rather than any incident there. The McLaren behaving well and getting out of the way as we head towards sector 3. How big are your balls, sir? It's flat through there, flat through there. Drop of gear, not quite flat, a bit more lifting than we see some of the other drivers. And a fifth through there. Interesting, interesting. Taking it a lot more cautiously than the other people. And it's a foot flat to the line, which is a lot further on than you think. Even you. It wasn't an improvement, he actually lost a tenth there. So remains P15 and struggling in that Red Bull. Words we never thought we would actually be saying, really. Camera over our way went back into the pits after coming out, so I think of that. Oh, actually, you can see the gaggle of cars coming out the pit lane, preparing to do the final flying lap of the session. Remember, short qualifying, so this will determine the grid for the race. Currently, Cameron sits on pole position, not far behind is Bolt's. Curse also putting himself up there. A little bit of a two-tenth sort of gap between P2, P3, and then that's when the gap kind of crumbles down. Second separating P3 all the way to P15. Download out there on a lap as cars got out of his way. He needs to find, I think, considering where he has been, sort of around the P10, P9 area in terms of qualifying, it's going to need a good lap here, and almost a second really to slot himself into the top 10 as spread sits. Oh, and Kambrov has retired in the pit lane. He's confident, very confident there from Kambrov. Yeah, it looks like the curse probably isn't going to make it out either. So everyone else is out on the track by Axel and Curse, and dare I say, they've run out of time to come out. Anyway, across the line, Dartlaw does improve. It's 23-1, so he just puts himself ahead of his teammate. Meanwhile, his teammate's just down a lap. We're trying to have a look. That's Schmitty going into the pits. That's his qualifying session over, and he will remain P16 for now. We've got Jesus flying going around the track. They've got a lot of other outlaps at the moment. I'm also keeping an eye on where that McLaren is. Next person going to be starting that lap is going to be Corey there as he just crosses the line, so good luck for me trying to figure out who's doing what, when and where. We've got traffic building in the final sectors, people trying to find a gap, people getting out of the way, or people maybe trying to get a little bit of a tow, but also trying not to stay too close, otherwise you're just going to get a face full of dirty air as it's all corners. Jesus going into the final corner. What can he produce on this lap? Certain P7 he has been needing good results. He's had a podium finish before, and it's going to be... Oh, he didn't improve. Well, he just didn't improve. So it's P7 remains for Jesus. We've got a few other people. Hugh goes all the way up to P5. Amazing effort. It's Axel going to be staying P9 at the moment, but there's everyone out on the track, including Bolts, the man who could have potentially challenged for a pole position, the first one in this season. Another person who could be challenging is Dystopian in the Aston Martin. He's had a bit of a slow start to his season, but he's got a good chance here, I reckon. So here we go, cross line, where is it going to put him? He goes third fastest, he outplaces the Curse. Curse drops another position. We're going to go actually quickly find Bolts here as he's into the final section. I'm looking at a few other cars going up the head. Hilly goes quickest, he does a 21.7 out of nowhere. Unbelievable scenes there from the Austin. Bolt's got an answer for that one as he comes across the line. Oh, he didn't quite improve, so he goes down to third. Meanwhile, Big D went up to P7 there. Corey out in sixth. Phantom Dragon puts it up on the front row of the grid in the Alfa Romeo. A brilliant lap there. And Jesus is always invalidated. and boils into the pit, spread all the way down in 12th. Robbo down in 13th. France, fair play, in 14th place there. Very good effort there, I have to admit, very good effort. Spriggs, on the other hand, I know we said he were, leaving this quite late and could have potentially lose a lap here, and he has. Hasn't been able to set a lap, and he starts 19th. He is going to have a lot of work to do if you want, and this is not a good track for overtaking, as that straight, unless you've got very good straight line speed, you really are potentially in the mud there. But out of nowhere, the person who won last week's race sits on pole position. Round of applause for Healy. That is an amazing lap. 21.7. Where did that come from? I'd like to know what he's had for breakfast and potentially dinner at this point, because this is rather late. That's Dragon riding up the front row there with an unbelievable last minute lap. Kamarov down to third. Bolts, who could have potentially got pole, now down in fourth place. And we've got a second separating P1 to P13. It's a bit more of a separated grid than we normally have, but it's still, we're talking gaps of less than a tenth for most people, for the cars behind and in front. So this is again going to be pretty close. And not necessarily DRS is going to be affecting this one quite big. It's not really attractive. We'll probably see not many overtakes unless people have burnt out all their ERS. As soon as you burn out all your ERS right here, you're not going to save it. No chance. Not happening. Not happening at all. There's not enough braking zones around this track to potentially recharge that battery. The only chance you're really going to get any more charge is coming into the pits. It sounds quite bad, but in reality it puts a different type of challenger really at this track. If you go too hard too early, you're going to be vulnerable if you start losing pace on tyres and stuff. And even then, when you pit, you're not going to get that much ERS. Talking 20 or 30 odd percent for it to just burn out immediately. I don't think you can actually save battery around this track. If so, it's probably only like 2 or 3% a lap. Fuel is also another one that's going to play big, and it's a huge fuel consumption around this track, with it being nothing but straights and straights and straights and not straights. What am I about? I was meant to say, top speed, full throttle. Why should I say straights? Oh, this is going to be a long one, lads. It's going to be a long one. We have got a whole mixture of tyres here, and I don't even know what the strategy is. I can't even base it on real F1 because they were forced to do 10 pit stops. Not 10, I was exaggerating. They were forced to do 3 stops and constant push laps. So God knows what the tyres are going to be like in 100% around here. I've done 50%, and it's obviously a cheeky 1 stop. But I don't know if this is going to be a 1 or 2. I reckon it's probably going to be a 2-stopper, judging by some softs and some mediums. But we have got a hard on. Corey has got a hard on. Who else has gone hard? Oh, KZ is hard as well. At the moment. We'll obviously double check this again at the formation lap. Anyway. Yes, what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about incident report at Mexico. Unfortunately, THC isn't here because he has a race ban for very poor driving. So that is why you're wondering why THC isn't here. That is the reason. Are you ready to party, Bots? I'm very ready to party. Just remember that moment where I've said I'm ready to party, and then remember the end where I'm going to be rather exhausted. We're in for a good one. I hope. At least we're not going to have to worry about rain separating the grid, you know? We're not going to have that. We're just going to have full butt-to-butt racing. Literally. Everyone's going to be inside each other's cockpits. Who knows? We might see a Hamilton and Russell moment in turn one. That'll be interesting, won't it? Now, speaking of real F1, you know, Mercedes could have potentially bottled the potential P2 in the constructors for because of that, you know. They haven't had exactly the most competitive car of recent. Keep an eye out for the Boltmeister. Have a check up. So it's like watching American Pie. Instead of the Stiffmeister, we've got the Boltmeister. I very much got my eye. Oh, he's got a hard on as well. Oh, that's for some ironicity. It were it were a pucker pie. That was the British version. Pucker pie gravy for the northerners out there. The go-to. I was going to say the go-to football scrum. That's the go-to rugby scrum. That meat and gravy. Yeah, it's meat and tatty. That's what it is. Anyway, it's where we go for the formation lap. We're going to run through the starting order for this race, as I also bring up various things such as what tyres we went on. So it is Hilly starting on the front row alongside Phantom Dragon, brilliant laps from them too. And then we've got Kamarov in P3 in the Alfa Romeo, Bolts up there for Ferrari, carrying the Tifosi for hopefully some sort of glory. If it doesn't happen in the real F1, you know. He starts P4. We've got Dystopian in the other Aston Martin in P5. Curse all the way down P6. Corey starting 7th with Big D for company. We've got Hugh in P9 with Jesus in P10. Axel returning from a 2-race break. He returns and he's P11 with Spread for company. And then we've got Robbo and France. Best qualified position for France there in P14. Dartlaw down in 15th, Schmitty 16th, KZA in the house 17th, Misfits starting 18th, and Spriggs unable to set a lap time, starting last, P19. Top 3 then, are starting on the mediums, then we're hit Bolts, who's got a hard on with some tricks up his sleeve, had a pucker pie for company. And then Dystopian, Curse, Corey all on mediums, Big D with the softs, and the rest of the grid from there on is on mediums, apart from Misfits, who's also got hards. That's the one I want. So, forming up on the grid then. Hilly's first pole position of the season, after he took his first race win last time. Can he convert? Could we be? I think this. I think it might. Is it the first? No, it will be the first pole sitter because we had Axel, who had pole in Brazil and won. A few people missing. Oh, Hilly missed us. He missed his grid box. Oh dear. Right, here we go then. It's race time. It's the Qatar Grand Prix, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's right side and away we go. We got a jump start from Curse, who leads them all the way until turn one, and it's a shocker from Hilly. He's all the way bogged down in sixth. The missing the grid box has not helped him at all, and that is not what he wanted to see. He also probably didn't want to see a Williams jump the start and go all the way to P1 from P9. Oh dear me. Hey, if, you know, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. We've got some chaos happening in the background. I think one of the McLarens are having another bad start, but it's going bad from worse for Hilly. He's down in 8th now. Teammate is also losing position. Big D goes up to P5. Bolts, on the other hand, making a pretty good start on those hard compound tyres. He's up to P3 as he chases, technically net P2, rather, because Curse has got a drive-through penalty right at the start here. Everyone's gotten through quite safely. Bolt's making the jump ahead of Cameron. That is key, especially because he's on those hards. They're also going to take a lot longer to warm up, and going to need a bit of panicking in his rearview mirrors, that's for sure. Anyway, straight away, Curse serving his drive-through penalty for jumping the start there. And that will unleash and give us the current grid order. And look at the damage to Hilly's race start. He's down and 7th, and immediately going to be under pressure from Jesus. Jesus pulling alongside and going to get past him down towards turn 1. The AlphaTauri of Axel also trying to have a look, but he's going to try and hang this one around the outside. Now he's got the line into turn 2, and he gets back through Hilly. That's some great driving, but it's not over yet. Jesus now with the inside line for the next corner. Holds that position. Now Axel's going to go down the inside. The side by side through turn 4 and 5 complex. We don't see many moves happen here, but here we go. Axel also goes through. Hilly's start is gone very wrong. And in the background, oh, the McLaren loses it, and there's contact, and he's out. He's out of the race. Oh dear me. I think I'm trying to think who that was. I think it might have been one of the Red Bulls who just got caught up in his loose of the back end, and a virtual safety car has been deployed. Not the full one, but out of the race. Hugh, oh dear, heartbreak for Hugh. Made a pretty good start and was making moves, and just the back end stepped out from him, and that's the end of his race on the lap 2. He did one lap. You know, most Ferrari drivers can't actually say they can do one lap. You know, Charles Leclerc. Brazil, it hurts. It hurts for the Ferrari fans. Ooh, Spread comes into the pits. Does Spread have damage? It's all kicking off here. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's what I want. Meanwhile, Kamarov and Bolt's going at it into turn 1. Bolt's hanging on in there on those hard compound tyres. Meanwhile, Phantom Dragon is going to get away here as Spread retires in the pits. Scenes. Absolute scenes. Unbelievable scenes for Spread there. Whoa. Now that is unexpected. Whoa, that is very unexpected. Oh, no, naughty. Big D with those sauces, and that start has gone very well for him. Up into P4 at the moment, chasing down in the train of Bolts, which is a rather large train, although Dystopian just dropped back a little bit in the Aston Martin. Hilly out. We've got a migrating host. Whoa, what's happened there? I'll keep an eye on the Discord chat whilst I also keep an eye on the race. I don't think anything's going on. I think we might have. I think there might be beef. Nothing but a bit of beef. Dystopian ghosting around that corner. Has he? Just get what he's getting. I'm half confused. I don't know if there's anything going on with the lobby. There might be, because the host left, so bear with us and let's see a glitch or two. Anyway, Big D and Axel Korean Axel, I should say, making moves. The Dystopian, I think the Dystopian might have gone, judging by dropping back a bit. Meanwhile, yeah, I think Dystopian definitely might have gone because he just seems to drop it back. So we'll let loose on that one for now. Kamarov really pretty much pushing Bolts around the track at the moment, as Bolt's hanging on for dear life with those hards, but it's working out an absolute treat, I'll have to admit. That is absolutely glorious. Further back, we've got Cameron, we've got, like I say, Hilly's now put up to P8 with his teammate gone, but he's had a shocker. He's had an absolute shocker at the start of this Grand Prix. I've never seen Stat go that bad since Red Bull in the wet back in 2019 season, where if it were wet they'd just go backwards for about 10 places before getting up to speed. Germany 2019 as a reference. Anyway, Big D, Bolts and Kamarov all in a battle to turn one. Kamarov goes ahead of Bolts. Bolts under pressure from Big D on the inside, but he's going to hold that position for now. I don't think Bolts are going to be too bothered about losing the position there to Kamarov, though. With his hard tyres, it was almost inevitable. I think he should be pretty happy that he managed to hold on to that position for so long, but he's going to be under pressure here from... Oh, here we go. Hilly is out. What is going on? I right. Okay. That's on the track. I thought there was an incident there. Well, again, don't worry, chat. I am keeping an eye on the chat just in case there's some sort of glitch or thing. But Hilly's out. The pulse is out then. As a bit of a weird one, and a huge tank clapper from Bolts has allowed Big D to take P3. And yeah, you know what? I think we're having a lobby restart here, lads. I think we're having a lobby restart. Yeah, we're having a lobby restart here. Yeah. So lobby restart then. I thought so when the spread went in the... yeah. Lobby restart then, lads. Technical difficulties! We're going to put this screen up. You love it when things go wrong. I had a feeling something like that one when spread went in the bits. Yeah, the host goes from the lobby, and then there's usually something wrong. It's an F1 game. If the host has a problem, it's going to affect everyone in the race. So, you know, bound to happen. Bound to happen. I feel like I really need to get like a sort of cheesy technical difficulties tune going on, you know, like it would do in like an old sitcom. Ladies and gentlemen, this also means that Hugh, who had the moment, will be back in the race. He will be starting last. He'll be starting last because he did crash, but he will be back in the race. He has his second chance. Keeping you updated as I get information coming in. Bolt, that means I won. Quite lad, not quite. Hang on, I might be able to get someone in, you know. So, for those who may be annoyed by this, it is going back to what the positions were. It is unlucky for some because Phantom Dragon had an amazing start. He had a shocker. But it is what it is. You know, glitches happen unfortunately, and blame Codemasters. That's almost there. Blame Codemasters. But Codemasters blame EA. We'll blame EA as well. EA's another knobber. I'm gonna try and find my way into this lobby. Dee 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 dee, filling up the time. Dee 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 dee, dee 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 dee, dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Right, so we're preparing the lobby again. So, stuff like this happen, you know? Technical difficulties happen. You're gonna have to bear with us as we await the lobby to get back in. So bear with yous. Should be morning by the time we're finished. You're not wrong. It could be. It very much could be. It definitely going to be a hell of a lot longer. Dee 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 dee. Might have a co-coms coming in, you know. We might have a co-coms because of this. Bear with me. We may have the legendary one and only might be legend joining us. Hang on. Can you Uber Eats me if Vincent Dungeon Book of 5 starving? Oh, I feel sorry for anyone who wasn't eating before this. I've had a fat Domino's pizza, so I'm sound, man. I'm sound, ready to go. And if I get a bit peckerish, I've got a whole tub of Haribo Tang Fat Sticks. We're good to go, lad. We're good to go. And I just tried to sort out things. As I'm a man, I can't multitask, it's impossible. We're still waiting on people joining in. We're 15 people in. Just waiting on another 4 more. Also, you got playing for people from different consoles. It takes a lot longer than normal because they don't really make this easy doing this crossplay. They really don't. I wish they could make it easier, just to boom, invite. There you go. So to search through 10,000 names. You know, let's just have one console or one platform, I should say. How easy would life be if we just had the one platform? I mean, it'd be pretty shit for competition, like, but Diabetic life. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, boss. Rest in peace. Might be a short-term co-com, but we'll find out. Obviously, there will be another break going into just a little like 2 minute break before going into the race. Yep, lads, we've got a co-coms, and you might have heard that. That's a co-com. Here we go. Here he is. You join us live, and we have the arrival of a Mike V legend. I think.
Hello there.
Yes, he is here. Hello there.
Hello there.
Oh, you might be very loud. Hang on, let me turn you there.
Wow, you join the co-coms and you just get told to shut up. Thanks for having me. Goodbye.
I'm assuming you're going to need an invite.
That will be required.
Are you on now? You're on the
I
F1.
am loading the mighty F1 up.
Multitasking. Huge.
I probably would have been able to do this with you earlier. However, I was stuffing my face at Cadbury World.
Yeah. Where's my chocolate bar?
They do not have one big enough there to suffice your hunger.
I call bull on that. I call absolute bull.
Well, we bought a 60-pack of fudge bars for £9, which I thought was a good deal.
You might have to hold on joining.
Oh,
I've accepted it. I'll just go for it quick. If you're quick,
And we
immediately hit spectate.
Okay. Joining. Spectate, I've done it.
Thank you. Whew, right.
That's how
that
we
was
roll.
close. That's how we roll. On the limit, huh? Right, we're going to switch the scene. Go back to the screen now.
I assume we are already streaming.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We've already done qualifying.
The public of the world. And how did qualifying go?
So our race winner last week, Hilly, he took pole position.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Bolts in the Ferrari got P4.
My guy.
And Jesus was 10th.
Ah! The Messiah.
Yes.
Near his, what you could call this, near home race then.
Yeah, quite close. Quite close. Yeah. I mean, we can't actually quite go into the place of the home race, for obvious reasons. And also for legal reasons.
I mean, so I don't know what's closer, Qatar or Saudi, but...
They're both pretty close.
Yeah. This is basically a home race. He knows the track like the back of his hands. And, yeah.
Like the back of the nail. Okay, I'm going to stop that.
I was going to say that.
I went for it, and I now regret my choices.
Yes.
Whom is this? This is Might Be a Legend, Jeremy, in the commentary box.
I should probably get your stream up as well, so I can see who is chatting.
We've just been chatting about food.
A man after my own heart.
Rightio. So I'll remind you of the grid. With the exception of Hugh, who's demoted to last, as he technically did crash in the race, but we had a restart, so he is allowed back in, but he has to start from last. So the new grid looks like this. Hilly on pole position, Phantom Dragon starting P2, we've got Kamrov P3, Bolts in P4, Dystopian P5, The Curse is 6th, Corey 7th, Big D in 8th, Jesus is 9th now, Axel is 10th, Robbo is 11th, Franz is now up to 12th, Darklord is at 13th, Schmitty 14th, KZA is 15th, Misfits 16th, Spriggs jump into 17th, and we have 18th for Hugh. Spreader also standing at the back, 19th.
Spread in his normal position there.
But he did retire in the pit. And then he did leave and probably caused the lobby to fuck up. So if anything, you can all blame Spread.
I mean, it would be rude not to.
Absolutely.
That is what he is there for.
Yeah.
Looking good for Alfa Romeo now.
Yeah.
P2 and P3.
Looking very good. But Hilly has now got a second chance. Can he not bottle it this time? Well, I'll remind you where quick happened in the first start. Hilly had a bit of a bottle job from Paul, went immediately down to 6th and then down to 8th.
Ooh.
So it wasn't good. Bolts, meanwhile, had a great start on those hard tyres he started on last time, and he got up to P2, but was under an immense amount of pressure. And before the restart, he did get overtaken, but obviously he has a second chance. And may he change his strategy? I don't know. We'll find out. All I know is he's got something up his sleeves. And will now be referred to as the Boltmeister. Anyway, for the second time, we're going on the formation lap. Who would have thunk it? Rightio. Let's yeah, I think most people... Oh, we've got a few different strategies now, actually. We've still got the two people staying on the hard, Misfits on the hards and Bolts. Both Ferraris opted to go for the hard on. It worked well last time. Why change something that worked well? Meanwhile, we've got Corey, Big D, Franz, Dartwood and Schmitty all switching to the soft compound tyres, and the rest of the grid are on the mediums.
Pretty interesting spread there. Be interesting to see the two hard runners, both Ferraris. Not sure if they've spoken to one another and they know a strategy that other people don't.
Well, I doubt it, because there's no constructors battle.
Yeah.
But hey,
you never know. But be interesting to see what happens with them, because if there's an early safety car or mid-race safety car,
we've got a spinner in the
either
background.
be really screwed or really benefit.
It's Hugh. Hugh's had a spin on the formation lap. He's got some toasty tyres. As we wait for the second grid reformation. Just think of it as a red flag, but you actually don't lose any laps. Just think of it as that, a red flag, but you go back to how it started. It's a Belgium special, really. So Hilly, looking very keen. Can he get it in the grid spot this time? Yes, he can. There he is. He's done it this time. That might help him on the start. Oh, Karov did do it though. Oh, who else is gonna fluff it? I think we might be on Goot.
On the Red Bulls, I think that's Schmitty. Very angled in his slot.
Here we go then. So for the technically second but first time, we have 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go again for the Qatar Grand Prix. This time Hilly does get a good start, and it's Kamarov that's under a little bit of pressure, as well as Bolts, who's not had the best of starts this time around, but he's going to hold that position and potentially get ahead of Kamarov, who missed his grid spot. Might have cost him, but he's got the inside line going through turn 2. He's going to have to go a long way around for the Ferrari. He now has the inside line going up towards the run towards turn 4 there. Hilly holding off Phantom Dragon for now. It's still next side by side, but finally Bolts goes through when he gets back ahead of Camera for the second time in a row. Meanwhile, further down, we have got a yellow flag. It's the Ferrari of Misfits. One manages to do well, the other has a spin, and there's another spinner there. I didn't quite see who that was.
Dystopian, that is, in the second of the 8 Aston Martins. And Dart Lord at the back in the McLaren. It looks like he's got front left wing end plate damage. Oh, we got a Red Bull having issues as well.
Oh no, that's Franz. No, he had such a good qualifying, and that is Franz with a problem. Can we get a better camera angle, please, game? My word, that was awful.
It's not great, is it?
It seems to be that corner. It doesn't seem to be very good. Anyway, here we go. We saw this last time round. We got Karov applying the blow of pressure to Bolts on those. Oh, he has a bit of a back end wobble through that final corner there. But here's the straight line speed problem that we were talking about. Well, I was talking about earlier. Is you have such high wings around this track. Not a lot of straight line speed, but he goes for it down the inside, late on the brakes. Not quite been able to pull it off that time. Bolts holds off another lap. Meanwhile, both McLarens are in the pits. Oh dear me, it's a disaster.
And he's got to wait for a wing change. This is not McLaren's day so far.
He retired last time out after a back end wobble. Well, I'll say last time out in the first race, putting him down at the back at grid, and it's not gone well so far in the second start. But he's still in. He's still in.
It's a long race though. Anything can happen.
Absolutely.
Big gainers at the start. Look to be Schmitty in the Red Bull, Spriggs in the Williams, and Master Spread in the Haas.
Interesting.
Up 6 places, sir.
Last time, Master Spread was in the mud. I guess you can't go further back than last, really, let's be honest.
Facts.
I think this was planned. He just did this for the driver of the day vote.
Yeah, 100%. Bit of a train forming behind the Ferrari of Bolts. He might be in a spot of bother here.
We're going to switch on board with Karov in the Alfa Romeo. He seems a lot further back this time though, and not exactly gaining much on this straight. Hilly though is going to be over the moon that we're on this restart as he leads, as DRS is enabled on the third lap here. One DRS on, that is a start-finish straight, obviously because everywhere else is just a long corner. It's probably the best way to describe this circuit. It's one big corner, really, isn't it?
It is really, isn't it? It's just one after the other. Got a very close battle. A couple of people struggling at start. Close battle now for 15th of the Ferrari, Red Bull, and Aston Martin. They are literally nose to tail. Oh, as the Red Bull went a bit wide there. Oh, and the Aston Martin, the Dystopian, almost went into the back of him, into the tight left-hander.
Yes, it's all looking very close in the back rather than the front for the first time. Normally we see one huge trait. Well, technically we are still seeing one huge trait.
We have still got
that
one.
Is a lot of cars. And
we got a yellow flag.
Oh no! Franz in the Red Bull! Oh no!
What's happened? We got a virtual safety car.
I don't know what happened there, but he's sort of gone off on the track there and out of the race is Franz. That is disappointing. That is bad news. I had that up at a best qualified position of the race, and it's gone awfully wrong.
Well, this virtual safety car though might be a blessing though for Bolts, as DRS would have been activated for Kamarov behind him, but luckily with the virtual safety car he's got away with it this lap. Got a couple of pitters as well.
Yes, Misfits and Dystopian both going into the pits. We're going to have a quick look here as we've got the virtual safety car. Is this for a potential wing change? Yes, it is. Wing change for the Ferrari and a change of tyres to the medium compounds for both of them with a front wing change. There could have been contact there between them and the Red Bull there. Anyway, still under virtual safety car. Hilly leads from Phantom Dragon, who remains P2. Well, last time he was leading, so obviously he's a bit unfortunate on this restart, but the game's the game, the game's the game.
Quite a long virtual safety car.
This is a very long virtual safety car, and oh dearie me, it's just gone
from bad to worse. For the McLaren as he gets a drive-through penalty.
It's going to be a serious
he's
risk.
He's in the pits now. Oh, has it caught him when he was going into the pit lane?
Maybe. Oh, it might have been into a corner. It's pretty easy to get caught out in corners with a virtual safety car. That's why I don't like virtual.
Hang on, he's just gone straight through the pits, has he not?
Yeah, serving a drive-through.
Oh! I did not see.
It's a bit slow, ladies and gentlemen.
Virtual had gone in. Gone in? It didn't even come out. Gone. But that McLaren having a lot of work to do now.
Hang on.
We got to move for the lead.
I completely missed that. My apologies, viewers. I was too busy looking at a battle with Axel. But here we go. There's another battle. Schmidty got to go right round the outside of turn 1. And now in the inside of turn 2, he's got the move done on Curse. That was a brilliant move, if I say so myself there. But Curse is
the Williams is coming back.
He's down the inside. He's not quite got far enough. Oh, he's off the track there, Schmidty. That's going to be a warning. But Curse goes back through, and this has allowed Jesus to get involved in this battle. Trying right round the outside, gets forced right to the edge of the track. Apologies if you might have just missed that. Obviously, the tower does take up a lot of room. I'll tell you what, we'll take that off because we know what tyres people are on. See if that can clear.
Schmitty, who was battling for 8th and had made the move at one point, has actually lost out and is down to 10th.
Jesus said, thank you very much, I'll have that position. Karov is going to be getting a bit frustrated here, stuck behind Bolts again. And again, it's lap 5. We had the restart last time, and again, this is the lap where the positions did change. He's got a good chance. DRS wide open on the run down towards turn 1. He's slowly gaining on the Ferrari. Here we go. He pulls out the slipstream, gets through, doesn't even need the braking zone, and he's now ahead of Bolts.
Looked like Bolts accepted what was coming there, didn't even put up a defence. Remember, he is on those hard tyres, so his race is going to come later on.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, there was a position change, I believe, further back. Schmidian getting back ahead of Jesus this time. So she goes back into P9 and will make a chase after the Williams again. Dystopia with the fastest lap of 1:26.6 in the background as he overtakes the Ferrari. Both of them early pit stoppers. Hugh very close to getting lapped already.
Interesting to see though, Phantom Dragon not pulling away from Hilly, although he's made the move. Hilly's keeping with him.
I'll tell you what.
DRS possibly towing him along, I'm not sure, but
just have to
still got plenty of battery.
Yeah, quick look here at Bolts as he gained very close to the back of Kamarov through set to 3 there. Is that potential difference in downforce maybe, or the car performance potentially?
Could very well be, could be how they're set up. He's going to go for the move back.
There he goes, also in the background, Big D on Corey, it's turn 1. And Jesus getting back ahead of Schmidty. Moves happening here, there and everywhere.
It's encouraging to see that even if someone overtakes, the car that they've just overtaken is fighting back. It's not just a overtake and drive away. We're having some really good battles here.
Absolutely. There's the first penalty of the day. Oh, sorry, the first corner cutting penalty, I should say.
Unfortunately, McLaren's races are just going from bad to worse today.
It is. And they're not exactly gaining with the pack being that close.
No.
Could be in the mud. Could be in the mud. Speaking of in the mud.
Mud do be deep.
Spread is in 13th.
Now that is deep mud.
It was very deep, but meanwhile, 2 second is the gap between Bolts and Hilly. Phantom Dragon and Hilly are going to absolutely be loving this while they're all battling behind and getting held up by the hard runner of Bolts.
Phantom Dragon and Hilly could work together here with bolts on those harder tyres, and it could create a gap, DRSing one another. But Sergeant Kamarov is going to have the DRS again here. Is he going to be able to retake the move for P3?
Just watching
We've
in
got
the
to move
background.
further back.
Yep.
The
Axel
AlphaTauri.
past the Mercedes. Corey for yet another position falling down. This time Jesus held off Schmidt's attack. So Corey looks like he's struggling out there in the Merc. Maybe the tyres aren't doing what he would very much like to do.
This is great to see, though. I mean, the pack, P3 to P10, are nose to tail, all in DRS with one another. It couldn't be much closer, really.
No, we'd love to say it. If only, we could have this in real F1,
Oh, it would be so much better.
it really would,
And what you got to remember is now, they can do more than 18 laps on the tyres.
Yeah, this is a track where you're not. This is a race where you're not forced to do 3 stops and drive like a maniac for each bloody stint. This is a track.
What a stupid idea that was.
So I thought, I get there's a little bit of tyre safety concerns, but let's be honest, it was just the softs. Even then, the softs didn't turn out too bad in the race. So, GG's, well done.
Well done, FIA. Well done, Pirelli.
Someone brought the Michelins on by accident. Anyway, Jesus is now going to be attacking the Williams of Curse. They're going in towards turn 1, side by side, into the braking zone. Late on the brakes by both of them. Curse trying to hold it there, but can't quite do it. And Red Bull is invited to have a look, but is just not quite far alongside enough. Jesus now making his way up to P8. Next up is his teammate, Corey, in the other Mercedes. I know I'd say teammate, I'd say ironically, obviously. Also, Big D just dropping out of DRS range of Karov, and the gaps still stay around 2-second marker between Bolts and Hilly. Not exactly pulling away now at the moment.
Yeah, it all works in Bolts' favour. I mean, obviously those hard tyres up to temperature now, and he's got good pace. So hard seems like a good race tyre, and hopefully that'll come to him later on, and he could close the gap and possibly even overtake Phantom Dragon and Hilly when their tyres start to fade.
Thank you for that, Bernie Collins.
We got a yellow flag though.
Dark Lord is out.
Dark Lord.
He's lost it on the exit of turn 1 there. That's an interesting way. That's a very interesting place. I've never seen a car go off there. And ooh, here we go. We've got a gambler. We've got a gambler in the pits. It's Kamarov and Big D and Axel. Oh, they're all going in the pits. Here we go. Action has just lightened up in the pit lane here. Go to Ted Kravitz. Where is he when you need him?
I'm in the pit lane here. It's a good stop.
Obviously, they're taking the free pit stop there under the virtual safety car. We've got a few different tyres going on. We've got mediums for Big D, softs for Karov and Axel. Again, mediums for Curse and Corey. Everyone's got a lot of fresh tyres now with the lobby restart, so all the qualifying tyres that we used have come back. So, again, that'll probably be why we might see a few different strategies here. And, oh no. Oh dear.
And the McLaren again. Another drive-through penalty. He's going to be kicking himself.
It is.
And he's off the track. Hang on.
I think he may be giving up here.
I think he's retiring. No?
Yep, he's.
Okay,
I respect it. I respect it.
The effort was there.
I read it, fair play. Fair play. Oh! Robbo!
Robbo.
He's picked one up at the end of the virtual safety car. Spread is up to P7. And immediately on the restart, Big D under pressure from Axel. Axel's trying to go the long way around the outside there. And doing so enabled him to get a penalty for going off the track. But he is ahead. is making good use of those soft tyres already. Hang on a minute, we're going to the top here. Bolts
had a
is within
very good
DRS
restart.
range. Hilly, right up to the back of Phantom. Have they had a bottle job on a restart here?
Could have been playing it cautious. They got a lot to lose up in those positions.
If they
got
have, they played
another
it too
car
cautious. Yeah, that's
Robbo
Robbo serving
Snipe
the
serving his
drive-through.
drive-through.
He was well. Drive-through buddies. Axel ahead of KZA. He's making a mincemeat of the field now. Next up is Kamarov. They're on the same tyres. And I tell you what, this battle for P1 is about to get spicy. I don't think, the Ferrari fan in here is probably getting a bit excited. There's a Ferrari battling for the lead.
Well, from out of nowhere, out of the top three now, Bolts looks like he is the driver with the upper hand now. He seems to be all over the back of Hilly and Phantom.
You heard it here. He has the high ground.
It's going to be interesting to see how the cars are set up on the straight. Is Ferrari going to have enough? Oh, as he goes wide in the final corner and gets a penalty.
Oh, he's feeling the pressure. He's under a lot of pressure.
See the Aston Martin having DRS as well. The Ferrari struggling to close. Has a look, but
not quite close enough. I'm just going
to
flick us on the back of the grid there. We've got Cursor Big D having a ding dong. You can take that in whatever context you'd like as they go. Very
close.
I think they touched wheels there. That was... Oh my god. That was incredible stuff from Big D. How they didn't crash there, I will not know. There's Mercedes going down the inside as well. KZA has just been caught napping. He's lost 3 positions on one straight.
Great battles in the midfield there.
I'd tell you what, that's impressive stuff. That is very... I had no idea how he didn't just spear off into the wall. If I'd did that, I'd have been dead. Hats off to you, sir. Hats off. That's fair play. Hang on.
Just want to give a shout out as well to Schmitty. He's done 11 laps on those soft tyres and is still lapping at a fairly decent pace here. He's up in 5th.
Yes, meanwhile, slowly gaining Kamarov on the back of spread there, and my word, it's getting very close between Hilly. Hilly might have just lost the DRS here.
Yeah.
He's still got it.
He has got it.
He's got nothing to defend against that Ferrari. I nearly said Red Bull. That's so unused to seeing a car that high up not being a Red Bull. So Bolts goes through. He takes P2 away from Hilly. Phantom Dragon is next. Bolts is whatever he's got up his sleeves. He might be coming out right now because look at that pace. It's incredible at this stage. Meanwhile, Curse and Big D switch positions yet again, going into turn 1. This time the wheelies will take back P10. These guys have all pitted for fresher tyres, remember, and it'd be interesting to see what happens in the later game. That's a very early pit stop in terms of a 400% race. It was only 11 laps on the first stint. That's less than what they did in the actual Grand Prix.
The battle for the top 3 could soon be a battle for the top 4. Jesus has closed the gap from about 3.5 seconds down to about 1.8 now.
Absolutely, and Bolts is all over the back of Phantom Dragon here. This could be the move for the lead of the Grand Prix. Here we go, we're on the start finish, on board with the Ferrari. Hey, look at the top speed! Look at him go! He's unbelievable! He's taken the lead! Bolts in the Ferrari. I repeat, calm down everyone. There is a Ferrari leading a race. Hold on to your chair. Hold on to your table. Shit's about to get wild.
Ferrari strategists will bottle it, don't worry.
Mate, the Ferrari strategists are over the moon at the moment. They've played an absolute blinder. Those hard tyres are definitely better than those medium compounds, and he's going to try and pull away here, which will be crucial if you can break that DRS. Meanwhile, Curse Big D going at it again for turn 4 and 5 there, still side by side of the run towards 6. In the heavy braking zone, Curse is just hanging it on the outside there, and he's going to hang on to that position. No, he hasn't. He's lost it. Lost it on the exit there, and that's invited Big D to go. Oh, that got very close through there. That's very brave stuff from both the drivers. Fair play. This is amazing scenes in the midfield. Excitement levels through the roof. Spread, meanwhile, has been overtaken by Kamarov, and he's getting caught very quick by Axel behind in the AlphaTauri.
Those mediums are not as good as what they used to be. The performance is fading quite quickly on them. Oh, as Misfits gets a 3-second time penalty there. Some gap between Bolts and Phantom Dragon hasn't opened up yet. Jesus almost in DRS of Hilly. As the Curse overtakes Big D again, they're still fighting.
Absolutely, we were on board whilst Curse flies by again with the DRS. Struggling for the back end a little bit though, even on new tyres. Is that just the key of how much they're pushing? Meanwhile, Schmidty, who might have been doing well on those soft tyres, has definitely lost a lot more pace. He's getting caught big time by Spriggs behind. I'm not even going to talk about the people on fresh tyres. He's going to be a bit worried, and surely we might see him in the pits quite soon. I think the blue pit marker there we can see on the screen lighting up, meaning he may be in this lap or very shortly. Meanwhile,
well, I must say, I never saw that little blue icon there.
You've never seen that blue icon?
Sure, I've never noticed that.
Well, you might, yeah, F1 commentating, you don't just watch racing, you learn stuff.
You do. The game, and sure enough, he's in. It actually works. A feature on the game works.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Thoroughly impressed by that.
Here
Very close battle for 5th here.
Yep, here comes Kamarov on those fresher tyres. Easy move here. Spriggs start towards the back end of this grid. He's in P6. He won't be unhappy with that. That's a good recovery. Meanwhile, Jesus now joins the battle for P1. Make way. Part the seas as Jesus is here. I know part the seas isn't what he did, but that's what one of his friends did.
Moses, but
that's what one of his friends did, right?
Mankington, water to wine, but can he overtake the cars in front of him?
Can he make the engine whine? Hey, that was terrible. I can only apologise.
That was pretty poor.
Oh dear me today. He's on one. Gap sort of separated now between the Curse, Big D and Corey. It's a bit larger. It's obviously still within DRS, but not as close as they were before. I think Curse might have been able to put the hammer down a bit and extend it here, but can he break it through this final sector? Go on board with Curse, see how he takes this, see how big his balls are. Little damper breaks into 6th gear through there, as it's in the race high fuel mode. That's pretty good. Again, that looks very committed. Meanwhile, just switching off that, just saw the lead change yet again. Phantom Dragon retakes the lead from Balls, who wasn't quite able to pull away. I think the Hards they had a moment, and then they've sort of not really disappeared, but not as quick as they really would like them to be. But it's still good anyway. Meanwhile, Jesus is nearly pushing Hilly around some of those corners.
It's interesting. I think Bolts has tried using his battery to try and get away, because Phantom Dragon's still on 78% there, and Bolts down to 14, about 15, hovering about there. But it seems the DRS is too powerful here to pull away.
Yeah, and obviously, you use your battery. That's kind of it for the race, really. You're only going to gain about 15-20% on the pit stops. So
Hmm. The
he's,
interesting thing is Hilly behind them, 95%. He is not using his battery.
that
That's
could be a
very
very smart
interesting.
play. It could come
Yeah.
very clutch at the end of this race. And obviously, these guys are going to need to take full advantage of trail braking under virtual safety cars, and that to recharge that battery. Even if it means you get overheated tyres, it is worth it.
But we're going to
But
see that Ferrari make the move back here for
yeah,
P1. The top speed of that Ferrari
also
is
looking at
incredible
that,
as Jesus makes a
Jesus,
move onto the podium as well.
yeah, he's no stranger to the podium, is Jesus. He's now back up after a unfortunate race result last time out in Mexico. Axel also getting ahead of Spriggs. Axel still hovering 2.6 seconds behind Kamarov. He's definitely closed that gap from what it was beforehand. So he's going along pretty well in the AlphaTauri there. Hilly, on the other hand, I think he's settling back maybe a little bit too much potentially here. He's sort of
Yeah.
struggling for the race pace compared to his pretty astonishing qualifying lap out of the blue.
It's going to be interesting. He is not touching his battery at all. What's interesting is their pit indicator lights are on as well. The little blue symbol. See, I looked at that. Hilly's, Jesus's, and Phantom Dragons are all on. As well as bolts, actually, on those hards.
That's interesting.
Actually, for me, everyone has the light on, so it doesn't work. It's broken.
Well, we thought we
I
might
got
have
it.
had a feature, but
Yeah,
it
I got
turns out
excited
it
then.
doesn't work. No, it doesn't work.
I don't know if it is for you, but it's on for everyone.
Yeah, I may be
Yep.
noticing that it might be on for everyone. But here we go. Jesus is about
It's
to
going to
make
be
a
free
move.
wide
Oh, it's
here.
going to go three wide. Jesus looking through the middle. We know what happened last time. Counts for three wide here. And Phantom Dragon is just going to be able to hold on to that one as well as bolts from Jesus. Jesus thought, hang on, I might have a chance to get both of them. But through the middle, it doesn't quite work out. Speaking of things that aren't working out, spread in ninth, getting passed by Curse. Achoo! Bless me, sorry, that might scare some people.
Also picking up a 3-second time penalty there. Difficult track here to keep within the white lines.
Absolutely.
In the real life, one hand on the game.
Yeah, you go a millimetre off, then you're washed.
You're done. Yeah. You're getting bent over, aren't you?
you crikey, yeah, you very much are. Well, that's one way of putting it, that's for sure. Schmidt, by the way, pitted onto the soft tyres, and he holds the fastest lap of the race so far. I believe it was a 1:25 something or other.
Yeah, it's good pace from Schmidt. Interesting watching the gap between Kamarov and top four. It's coming down quite quickly. Oh, we got our first pitter in the top four. It's Hilly.
Yep, here we go then. We'll have a look at this pit stop. Let's see if this is what he needs. A very key, quick pit stop here to stay within that fight. And I reckon this might trigger likes of Jesus and Phantom Dragon to go in. Not too sure about bolts though on those hard tyres.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see how far he can go on those hard
It's hard
tyres.
tyres for Hilly. He's going to come up behind that huge gaggle of cars where Spread is battling with Big D there going towards turn one. Spread's still out on those same medium tyres. I think he may be
Going to have a
pitted
bit of clear air here, though, if he can get out in front of this Red Bull of Schmitty, which he has. It's going to be interesting to see now if he does use that battery now. Is this what he's been saving for? And he burns the battery now. Get that really good outlap now. Get the undercut on his rivals and create a gap.
Absolutely. He needs head down, 100% focus. He needs more than hammer time, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Bolts lost the DRS to Phantom Dragon and is under pressure big time from Jesus. Sentences you never thought I'd be saying. Or anyone for that matter. But it looks like the tyres aren't really lasting as long as I thought they would be,
And none of the top three pitted.
No,
Phantom Dragon and Jesus stayed out. They have not reacted to Hilly.
That is interesting, but here comes Jesus down the inside of Bolts. Bolts can try and hang it around the outside of turn 1 here. Still alongside for turn 2. He's got the inside line now moving into the next set of corners, and he will retake that position from Jesus. Nice try there to the Mercedes driver, but it's not quite going to happen. But he's going to pull out again down the inside of turn 4 now, as swooping right round there, the Ferrari holds him off yet again. There's brilliant stuff from the Ferrari, but he's losing time to both Hilly and Phantom Dragons now.
Yeah, great driving from the pair of them there. Both left each other enough room. Toy's camera angles are a bit odd going into turn 4. It looks like the car's getting cut up down the inside, and I'm just hoping there isn't going to be a crash.
Yeah, I have to admit, every time I see a car go, at the inside of any corner, really, it does look like there's going to be a rather horrific accident. So I was going to make a joke there, but I thought that would be a bit too mean.
Oh dear.
So we got ball with spread. He's
with another run here. P2 on the Ferrari.
Ooh, just jumped on board there. He thought about going around the outside there, and
Oh,
they
there
do
is
make
a bit of
contact this
contact.
time. That was definitely contact there. As Spriggs goes into the pits for Williams.
Very interesting down that pit straight there. I'm not quite sure what all the moving around was there. That was very odd.
Does he have damage? No, he doesn't have damage. It looks like it's just because it's black wings. It almost blends in with the circuit, especially in a night race.
Bolt's still struggling for a battery though. He hasn't got much to defend with.
No, not at all.
Not really charging.
I think this is the problem that we're seeing with the batteries. Bolts has used it all up and is under a lot of pressure from the driver behind. But when the battling stops, he sort of closes that gap back up to the cars ahead and creases from the cars behind. Just to point out, Kamarov and Axel both were on the chase of the top 3 here. That chase seem to have definitely slowed down. It's into the pits as cheeky moves by Bolts there, baiting Jesus into the pit lane. Yeah, don't see that very often in F1 games. I rate it. I rate that. But yeah, I have to say, I was on about the chase there from the Alfa Romeos. They weren't closing in as fast as I thought at this point. The pace is that, and I think that confirms my theory there. Phantom Dragon has pitted for his second stop of the race.
And interestingly, he has come out quite a bit behind Hilly. And Hilly didn't... He's used a bit of the battery, but not much. There's about a 2.5 second gap between them, with Schmitty in the middle of them. So...
Yeah, also Schmitty has played a blinder here because he's getting pulled along by Hilly whilst being in those soft tyres, so he's just getting pretty good time out of this stint. But
I think now though, Kamarov softs, we mentioned about him not really closing as much as what he was. I think they're reaching the end of their life now. They're 13 laps old. How far can a set of soft tyres go around here?
We said this won't be a 3-stop race. I think we might see some 3 stops.
Oh, as Bolts is in.
These tyres are not lasting long at all. Where what we were thinking in the real race, the tyres would be alright, but no, they've died off. Hards are only doing about 20 laps. Right, even to lap 18, they sort of start hitting the cliff. Mediums are dying off around the 13-14 marker, and the softs dying off around 10 laps. So Kamarov leads from Kurse, and then we've got Big D, Corey, Hilly now closing in the battle between them. 3 drivers have been still going at each other. Phantom Dragon on his second stop is only 2 seconds behind Schmidty and is closing very quickly. The strategies of probably changing at the scenes with people struggling with tyre wear. Spread, who stayed out there down in 14th and some 8.4 seconds away from Spriggs. That's a huge gap as backed cars there of Hugh, who's really just had a race weekend to forget there.
Still, lap 24 now. The field's still very close. Bolts has just pitted from P1. He's down in 10th. That's how close the field is. This is anyone's race in the top 10.
Absolutely. So the other Ferrari misses the underall push from Axel also paid. He's gone on to medium tyres. But you're going to have to bear with us as we try and keep up with who's done what and what. I'm just going to quick
It's
look
like
at
the
how many
real life
stops.
race.
It is. So everyone has done at least one stop, but it's 2 stops for Axel. I said Phantom Dragon pitted again. He did. It was actually pitted again. Keep saying Phantom Dragon there. I apologise there.
Oh, as we have Kamarov in again.
Yep.
For a second stop, he had reached the end of the life on those softs.
Yeah. Wow. So Jesus sets the fastest lap at 24.9 in the Mercedes. Meanwhile, Hilly is almost within DRS of this battle for the top 3, which is now also the battle for P1. It is about to liven up again. Now, here we're going to see Hilly needs to clear these 3 ahead of him very quick, or will the 3 ahead pit very shortly?
He also needs to look in his mirrors.
Yeah.
Phantom Dragon right behind in that 2.5 second gap, now down to just 0.6 of a second.
This is going to be great information. You know, those that have gone on hard, it could be backfiring. You know, the fresher tyres are seeming a big advantage compared to staying out on the longer runs. Here we are then. The field are getting very close to pushing Corey around some of these corners. We go on board with the Aston Martin as Phantom Dragon behind picks up a penalty. I think he might have mounted the curbs a bit too much there. He's lost a little bit of time. Schmidty dropping back on the 9-lap-old softs. I think they might be dying. This is going to be a pretty easy move, but they're going to be potentially going 3 wide here, maybe. No, Phantom Dragon's just going to hold back, but he's going to give it a go down the inside of Hilly. He does get ahead on the braking, and off the track goes Hilly, and the Mercedes thought about coming back there, but he doesn't have the grip, and that is that move. Meanwhile, Jesus also passing Schmidty on the timing screens there. Phantom Dragon moving ahead of Big D immediately. He's making huge progress through this pack. Fresh tyres are so much better than these old tyres. I think everyone is now realising this, and we're going to see probably a lot more soft stints coming in very shortly. Looking at this has become a race like the real F1. After we were just chatting shit about it, feel rather awkward.
Yeah, that's spot on.
We've done ourselves dirty.
This is a big couple of laps for Phantom Dragon. You know, he's on those soft tyres, he's using them to his advantage while his rivals are either stuck in traffic or on harder compounds. If he can create a gap, this race could go his way.
Absolutely, then we're going to switch with Phantom Dragon here. They go through the final corner. He's going to make a move as Corey goes into the pits, in fact, for Mercedes, letting his teammate there go through. So Hilly's making the move on Big D behind, but we got Phantom Dragon making the move for the lead. He's having to work hard for it. The Williams straight line speed proving difficult, but he is through in the braking for turn 1, and he retakes the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Hilly got another car to clear on those hard compound tyres. At this point, I'll just stick on softs, but saying that, Corey's got on hards.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They're going to have to pit again.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting how far they can go on that last set of tyres. Can they stretch it so they can go another set of softs, or are they going to have to go on a harder compound to make the end of the race?
Absolutely. So, Axel, who pitted again for the mediums, he's in P11. Some of the other people that pitted ahead, they've come up behind. Corey, he's quite a way behind. We've
Oh,
got
we
yellow
got a
flags.
yellow
It's a Red Bull.
flag.
It's Schmidty. Schmidty is round. And
That is a shame.
that is going to be very costly, doing some Mahavir Raghunathan moves there, if I say so myself.
Doesn't seem to be any damage on that Red Bull though. The wing looks intact.
But
Might
the
have just been a
tyres
spin.
are probably going to be a bit cooked, and might see him go into the pits regardless after that one, just to get some new tyres. So Karov is up to 6th. Big D Dystopian comes into the pits. Where do they come out compared to Corey? Keep an eye on the track map as we switch over to Bolts, who's caught up a Jesus very quick. He was once under pressure by Jesus, now he's going to be putting the pressure to Jesus. Just looking there, Corey has come out ahead of both Big D and Dystopian, but not by much compared to the Big D, but Dystopian a little bit more further behind. He's had quite a long pit stop there, by all accounts. Don't know what happened in the Aston Martin garage, but that's not very good.
No, I'm not sure if a wing change or something was involved there. It did seem to take a lot longer.
Absolutely. So Schmidty did stay out after his spin, but Corey's caught right up, but he's going to lose a lot of time.
We got another yellow
It's
flag.
Axel! Axel has gone round!
And it's the same place that Schmitty went the lap before.
Oh, and he's gone again! He's got overheated rear tyres, and he's not long since... Oh, that could have been bad without ghosting that. That could have got very, very wrong. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few brown trousers after that one. There we go. Jesus is right on the back of Curse, but Curse really holding up Jesus. He's putting a lot of pressure from the car behind. He's going to be able to get through as they make contact going into turn 4 there. The Ferrari are also going to sneak up the inside, perhaps getting bullied by people. Much fresher rubber is the Williams
Very
driver there.
opportunistic there from Bolts. He had to make that move to stay with Jesus.
Absolutely, that
But,
was very crucial.
They're going to go chasing after Hilly now. And should close the gap on these tyres.
Yeah, I tell you what, so far we've been pretty far off our strategy goals, but to me it looks like the soft tyres are the way to go at the moment.
Yeah, they're unlike in real life where no one uses the soft tyres in the race. They're not a very good race tyre. Here today, they seem to be the best.
I mean, granted, you're only getting 10 knots out of them, but you're not getting much more out of mediums and hards.
No.
You might be able to go longer and save a pit stop, but by the time the others have caught up and all that, you make up your time pretty quick. As Bolts is going to make the move, he gets ahead of Jesus before the braking zone, and Bolts is back in their podium positions and on the hunt.
How much does that cost him though? His battery hovering around 10%. When he catches up to Hilly, which, well, they pretty much already have done, is he going to have anything to fight with? Because we've got another yellow flag.
Oh! Axel's out! And we've got a safety car!
How has this happened?
He's crashed into... Oh, look at that! He's crashed on the exit of
final
turn
corner,
1.
Yeah. Final corner.
Oh, wow. Heartbreak for Axel. He returns after a 2-race break. He was high up in the standings, and he's not going to score any points. This is bad for quite a few people, actually. It's bad for Corey, Big D, Dystopian. They all pitted not that long ago. They're going to lose out.
Now, any of the any of the runners actually, is anyone going to pit for hards and try and make the end of the race?
I don't know.
To go.
The hards haven't looked good.
Some people in the first stint, they did do over 20 laps.
They did. I have to admit, they did do 20 laps, but at that point, they did lose all the pace.
Is anyone going to take the gamble?
Hilly's used his hard, so he can't do it. Same for quite a few other drivers, I believe. If you can check the race directs for me, that would be brilliant.
Let's.
In the pits, then, top 5, all in the pits. I think everyone's going to be coming into the pits, I
Okay.
believe.
Phantom Dragon has not used hards, so that option is available to him.
He's not going
The
for it, he's gone on
curse.
mediums.
Okay, interesting. The curse, Jesus, the curse must pit onto another set of tyres.
Yeah, he's gone onto the soft compound tyres as we're saying that. Meanwhile, it's mediums for Jesus, Bolts, Hilly, and Phantom Dragon.
Interesting that. What am I seeing
Oh,
camera of
we've
on
got
there?
one. Kamarov's on hards. He's pitted onto the hard compound tyres.
Kamarov has made that choice. What tyres is Corey on?
He's
Corey's
on
currently on
the
hards.
hards, and he's gone for more hards.
Corey, spread, no, Big D. Couple making that choice.
Yeah, there's a fair few making that choice, actually, Mr. Wilson there. KZ, Dystopian, Big D, Corey, Spread, and Cameron all made the choice onto the hard compound tyres. Meanwhile, Schmitty, Spriggs, Jesus, Boltzer, Hilly, and Phantom Dragon, all for the mediums, and it's soft for Curse and Hugh, who's,
The whole field has pit.
yeah, everyone's pitted.
Every driver has pit.
We suddenly got ourselves another. It's sort of
We've
similar
got
situa-
ourselves a sprint race.
exactly what happened last week. I don't know, you weren't here, but last week we had again safety car midway through the race, and we sort of just everyone pits and everyone's got fresh rubber. It's sort of like another race, but a rolling start.
It's interesting that no one has attempted to stay out, thinking, "Oh, there might be a later safety car or something."
Yeah,
No one at all.
it just wasn't
Normally
worth
there's
it, really,
someone.
isn't it?
26 laps to go with the safety car coming in. What's it going to be, about 24, 25? It's... Yeah, hards can do that.
Hards
I
can
think.
do it, but they'll be dead slow.
At what pace? It's the
That's
Curse
gonna be
is the only
so-
one on softs.
Yeah. So Curse, no
So,
matter
keep
what,
an eye
has
out
to
for
make
him.
another stop. I think the media runners might struggle, and they might have to make another stop.
Oh, actually, he's in.
Oh,
The Curse is in.
oh,
Has
right.
that cost him? Because he's just pitted onto those softs.
So
He's
we're
going to drop to the tail end now.
yeah, we were worried about Ferrari having bad pit strategies. That might be
Williams
the
have
worst
had
one
him
yet.
I'm expecting hard tyres to go onto that car now.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. It's softs. It's
Can't be right.
It's
Why
more
has he done
softs.
that? Did he have damage? Have they done the wing repair?
I'm gonna quickly have a look at the race director here. Pit stops. We go all the way down to the bottom. No, it wasn't a wing change. It was just a pit stop.
That's
That's
very odd.
bizarre. That's very bizarre.
He's gone from 1 lap old softs to
Fresh
new
softs.
softs, but I see no benefit. He's lost. He must have lost about 10
Maybe he
positions
wants
there.
a challenge. Maybe
certainly
he's doing
given
it to
himself
try and
one.
show off. Yeah, wow. Obviously, I think he might still be a lap down.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, he's still a lap down.
He's not a lap down on
KZA.
KZA though.
No. But yeah, he's still down there.
So if he has enough pace to stay ahead of KZA,
Nah, at this point, his race is sort of settled. Unfortunately, the game.
yeah.
Unfortunately, the game doesn't have a letting cars through mechanic, which is a bit crap if you ask me. But
I think it should.
it really,
Yeah,
there's no excuse to not have it. I know in RF1 who say to the people, pull off the track and let the guys through, but it's sort of too dangerous really to be doing that.
Yeah.
Other people
it can
take
cause
advantage.
unwanted penalties.
Yeah.
People take advantage. It just doesn't work. And street circuits as well with the walls. A lot of
Doesn't work.
places. Where do you do it?
Yeah, exactly. How do you do it? It's not really,
You
at
know,
Baku
you
you
tried
got
doing it at
walls.
Monaco.
Oh, impossible. It's not even a pull. The only pull-off area is the swim push game. You go across there, you get a penalty.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why stuff like that doesn't quite work. Our F1
It's going to be
admins.
interesting how the medium runners do this, though.
Yes.
Because I thought it would have been hard tyres to the end or soft.
Yeah, so mediums are sort of in the middle, aren't they? They're sort of, they can go, what, probably 20 laps. We've seen people do 22 laps. So you can maybe just about stretch them, but you'll be putting at risk of puncture territory, surely. I know we've got a lot less fuel now. Obviously, it's calculated fact, but yeah, it's sort of still risky.
We saw the medium runners losing a lot of performance and pitting on like what lap 14ish.
Yeah. So
They got
Sufferers
laps.
definitely have no chance. They've got to go
No.
fully aggressive and full send. So there might be another
So
safety car.
yeah, it'd be interesting to watch the Curse's progress because he's going to have to go soft now, I would assume.
Absolutely. Anyway, just a quick run through of the grid order. We're on lap 33 out of 57 here at the Qatar Grand Prix. Thank you all for joining us and thank you for watching the replays. Phantom Dragon leads then from Hilly, who stands in P2, Bolts in P3, Jesus in P4. We've got Kamarov in 5th, Spriggs in 6th, Spread now up to 7th, Corey in 8th, Big D 9th, and Schmitty rounding up the top 10. Safety car in this lap. Phantom Dragon will now control the pace from now until safety car line 1, or when he decides to let the field go. Safety car has to pull into the pits. And no overtaking until at first, the start-finish line I think it is. When will he go? Hilly looking rather eager. Is he going to go on the exit of this corner? Yes, he has. Caught Hilly out a little bit. Bolts has got a good restart though, and we're going to go on board with Kamarov in the background. He's got a great view with this on the run towards turn 1. Jesus pulls out on Bolts up ahead. He's going to try and go down the inside. He's later on the brakes. He's got the grip, but Bolts is still hanging on around the down the inside of the next corner, I should say, as he maintains P3, still under pressure. Jesus is now going to try and go the long way around the outside. He tried to do it, he did it on the inside last time, it didn't work out, and it hasn't worked out again, trying to do the outside manoeuvre.
Very fair racing from the pair of them there. No one making any big moves on that restart in the first couple of bends. Everyone being sensible.
Yes, a little bit out of shape, one of the cars in the background there. I think it might have been Kamarov. He's on the harder tyres, so understandably he's got a bit more work to do to get those tyres up to temperature. Meanwhile, Kurz has made his first overtake of the restart. He's in P13, slow progress. He needs to pick up the pace a lot more if he wants to try and challenge for the top 5, ideally.
Interesting gap to P1. Phantom Dragon out of that DRS already. That could be crucial.
Big D with a penalty. Spread also going wide on the penultimate corner. Schmitty losing a lot of positions. And we've got a massive crash in the background there. That was the Ferrari of Misfits.
And Schmitty's off as well. I don't know if there was contact between the two of them.
I think there might have been some other front wings we may have saw come off there. Robbo looked like he might have just missed out there.
Both of them missing their front wings.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to do a whole lap without them. That's going to cost them.
Absolutely. That is big damage. Yeah, you're looking at no front wings. Potentially other damage that we might not be able to see on the broadcast cameras, because that looked a big incident there. Don't know what quite happened. I'm sure we might be able to see it on the, if we get clips about it. I don't know. But
Misfits has just made the move on Schmitty under the virtual safety car. Schmitty went wide off the track because of the wing, and the Ferrari slipped through.
Well, we'll see what happens. That might be. You never know. I mean, technically, if he's off the track,
Technically, that's legal.
fair game.
So, fair play there.
Yeah, fair enough. So, virtual safety car this time, and we are green once again, and it's a poor restart from Jesus as Kamrov is already alongside him. That's a cheeky move, but he's gone off the track in doing so. But he has managed
to back. Is the game making him?
No, I think he was already ahead. I think he was ahead before he went off the track, so I think he's going to get away with that one. Karov, a great restart on the virtual safety car, but he's going to be immediately back under pressure by Jesus behind as they're all going on the start finish straight. DRS now enabled as it's 2 laps after the safety car. Jesus is now ahead into the braking zone. Kamrov is not quite going to have the grip on those hard tyres just yet, and he's lost that position out now, but that's cost Jesus a little bit of time, but not too much as Hilly hasn't been able to all bolts been able to make moves there. But Phantom Dragon, yeah, he's got 1.3 second gap in the lead at the moment, doing pretty well out there so far. But pardon me, meanwhile, Curse is up to P11 now on the soft tyres. Again, still sort of steady progress. Both Misfits and Schmidty make it to the pit lane, and that's a lot of time they've lost out there.
Yeah, I think the race is almost a done deal for them now, unless they get lucky with another safety car.
On board with Aston Martin and Dystopian, he gets very close to the back of Big D there. Obviously, these are on the hard tyres, potentially going to the end of this race. Or potentially not, who knows.
But right behind Dystopian, don't forget about the Curse on those soft tyres. He's already up to 11th, did the restart in 14th, and he's right, almost pushing Dystopian for those last few corners. He's going to have a good run here.
Whilst that's happening, we've also got a battle for P2 here. Bolt's now going for it on Hilly with the DRS. Jesus is getting involved as well. He might be able to take on the Ferrari as they go towards turn 1, and hasn't quite been able to do it. Ferrari placed this car in the right positions there to hold off Jesus, but he gets past Hilly. Hilly down in 4th place, further back. You are right, the Curse is going to make the move on Dystopian there.
Yeah, I just watched that. He pulled off a lovely switchback into turn 1, but he's going to make a move here on the Alpine as well, is he? Yes, he is down the inside in turn 4 on Big D. He's making his way up. That's 9th now. But remember, he will have another pit stop to go.
Could be a safety car that might be able to save that a little bit, but we'll see what happens as the race unfolds. Lap 37 out of 57, 21 laps to go. Jesus burning a lot of battery power there, 50% so far. We'll see what Bolts is at. Bolts is at 63%, it's probably the highest we've seen him in a very long time. But again, the gap to lead now, 2.4 seconds. Phantom Dragon is having a brilliant safety car restart. Shows he had definitely a lot more race pace up his sleeves, but you really want Bolts to get a podium. It's been a long time coming, but here we go. Jesus has got slightly. He's got so much straight line speed in that Mercedes. Oh, in the background, that's Kamrov going down the inside on Hilly. Hilly's going to hold it round the outside and will maintain his position. The hands haven't got the grip.
Seems to have plenty of pace around the outside there in turn 1.
I don't think the hands have gripped up yet. And there's 7 laps old. We're getting, quite deep into this stint now.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Are those medium runners also going to have to pit though?
It's impossible to call, really, isn't it? Impossible to call. Meanwhile, Curse might start facing some struggles on the softs. 6 lap old. Obviously, we had a few of them under the safety car. On the safety car, voice dying off there.
He's doing well though. He's up to 8th. Next on his list is Master Spread, who's on hard tyres, so he should be fairly easy pickings.
We'll see what happens. Spread into P7, by the way. He's making
that's come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And if those medium runners do have to pit
off
as
the
he
track.
goes off the track
by a country mile, as we've been saying that.
But if those medium runners do have to pit, he's in a very good position. He's net P2.
Kamarov is going to go for it again, down the inside. Let's see if he can pull it off this time. Much further alongside. Hilly with the pace round the outside there. You can see how much he gains. It's unbelievable, but he's not quite going to be able to hold it off. Kamarov finally gets through to P4. And we'll make chase for that battle between Jesus and Bolts just up ahead. Bolts getting... Oh! Off the track goes Bolts! And Kamarov goes through. Hilly almost went into the back of Bolts there as well, and almost invited Hilly. Almost invited Spriggs even to the back of that ball. It's easily to get confused.
Or as Hilly gets a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't even
not
think
many
about
drivers without a penalty.
Yeah.
Now. Jesus in a very good position here because he hasn't got a penalty. He's within the penalty window of Phantom Dragon. And the drivers behind him also. Spriggs also in a good position here.
Bolts is off! No! It's disaster for Ferrari! A phrase many Ferrari fans are unfortunately used to. And he is off. And oh my word, your heart goes out for him. Front wing damage, obviously. He's coming into the pits for probably soft or medium tyres. Meanwhile, Big D and Dystopian are having a fight through turn 2 as they go side by side still. And now they make the run towards the turn 3, 4 and 5 complex. But
during the chaos, Spriggs has got by Hilly also. And Hilly now in a Williams sandwich. The curse right behind him as well. He's got past Master Spread. As he goes off the track there by quite a way there. As he's past Master Spread now. Those soft tyres still look like they've got a bit of life in them.
Yeah, well, bear in mind that some of those laps are going to be safety car laps, and also a virtual safety car lap, so they'll definitely have plenty of life in them for now. But to be fair, that story might give these medium runners the chance to, go to the end of the race.
Interesting though, 17 laps to go. Bolts obviously come into the pits. He's gone on to softs. Are they going to make the end?
Potentially, and can I just say, we're definitely not cursors, but I did say you gotta hope for a podium for Bolts, and then he had a moment. I do not claim responsibility at all for the crash there. I do not fix the results. Please don't hurt me.
It's probably because I support Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, we'll blame Bite. He's a Ferrari fan. Oh dear.
I mean, it wouldn't be a real race if you don't suffer Ferrari pain.
It really wouldn't, would it? It's kind of
don't
sad,
know what we've
sad
got
to
to go
say
through.
that. Oh dear me. So, Curse joins that battle of P4 between Healy and the other Williams of Spriggs, and they're not too far behind Kamarov, as Jesus got a big 2.2 second gap, and Phantom Dragon still remains a 2-second gap between that as well. The leaders all kind of almost getting in their own race a little bit at the moment, whilst the rest are battling behind, but we're not going to complain, we've still got action to watch. Jesus.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch the battle with Hilly here. He's remained in DRS of Spriggs. Spriggs hasn't been able to pull away, and Spriggs has got no battery left, and Hilly has just gone flying past him. Watch out for the curse as well. No, he's too far back on his teammate. But Hilly makes a move. He's back up into 4th.
Yeah, it was a very easy pass there, wasn't it? Just nothing in that Williams left, and to be fair, the other one didn't really close that much as well.
Both Williams struggling for battery, actually. They're both running at about the same, hovering around 15 to 20%.
Yeah, just point out, obviously we got the likes of from P4 all the way down to P8, nearly P9 within DRS of each other. So it's quite a big battle. So, like I say, any mistake could see you drop a lot of positions. Well, that's for sure. As spread really looking quite racy, and as well as the Aston Martin behind is Dystopian there. The
Dystopian
Haas.
almost pushing spread here. He's going to look on the outside here.
Oh, he definitely thought. He thought about it. He thought
I
about it.
got very close there.
As soon as big up spread, he
Getting
starts.
a good run through these corners.
He is. He really is pushing spread.
He might have go into turn 1 here. If he gets a good exit, which it looks like he has. He's almost pushing the Haas.
Yeah, look at this.
And here
we
he
go.
comes.
Plenty of overspeed there, and spreads in the mud.
You were just wanting to say that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was waiting for a very long time to say that.
Yeah.
He's back in the mud.
I think the Curse's soft tyres now are dying. He doesn't really seem to be mounting a challenge on his teammate.
The hard tyres are coming into their own sort of moment here. But saying that, Hilly has closed the gap to Kamarov. He's now within DRS, and he's pulled out of DRS range from the two Williams behind. Could Hilly get back onto the podium?
So expect to see the Curse in anytime soon. I'm still waiting to see if any of these medium runners pit for a set of softs.
The Curse is struggling, if that wasn't a sign. And yeah, you can see Dystopian is absolutely pushing him.
I think those tyres are cooked. Oh, and he got a penalty for that.
He's cooked a bit too much. That is very harsh. I didn't even notice him go off track. And yeah, you're right.
And then he comes.
Those track limits knows no bounds. So whilst that happened,
like I said, he got bent over then.
That is one hell of a way of putting it.
But he's going to have a lot of work to do here. He's dropping quite far back. It's going to be obviously another set of softs.
Oh, it's a Ferrari.
Oh
dear.
Misfits. It goes from bad to worse for Ferrari.
It's an absolute disaster.
I don't think this has worked out for the Curse. He is very far behind.
It didn't make enough progress, and the strategy just didn't work out really in the end.
Oh, we got a yellow flag again.
That Ferrari
that's the Ferrari getting out of the way.
Yeah.
He's off the track in the gravel.
Oh, well, my eyes just deceived me for a second. That's Jesus actually close to the back of Phantom Dragon. He's well within
that's
DRS.
Come out of nowhere.
Absolutely. Has Phantom Dragon made a mistake or burned off too much of the tyres? They've still got more battery usage left, as Misfits has been disqualified for going the wrong way.
For the wrong way?
Right. Well, that's
could be a move P1 here. Jesus in the DRS. Oh, Phantom Dragon. He's closing that gap.
Oh, my word.
Oh, my.
What happened there?
That was scary.
Okay. So that's
obviously
Jesus
there was no brake
P1.
check involved there. I believe that was lag.
I'm pretty sure that might have been lag.
Yeah.
Because there's no advantage of doing that.
No. Wow. Okay. Well, Jesus takes a lead.
I think Jesus might have some brown stains as well after that one. I have them, and I didn't even drive.
Once again, glitching the system with his powers.
Absolutely. Jesus leads the Qatar Grand Prix, and he doesn't have penalties.
The home hero here.
the home hero, indeed. So Hilly, he made the move on Kamarov in the meantime, so he's up into P3. I'm going to have a quick look at the penalty situation here. So it's 3 seconds for Phantom, Hilly and Kamarov, 6 seconds for Dystopian. Spriggs In the meantime, he's going to gain a few positions here. In fact, almost on the podium. He's very close to the podium there. Penalties are going to
It's
be
interesting.
huge.
Kamarov on those hards. I'd have thought they'd be mounting a challenge by now. 15 laps in. I'd have thought they'd be the better tyre, but he doesn't seem to be gaining any ground on the medium runners. Still 11 laps to go, though, so I don't think the mediums can keep going that long.
No,
We saw how the softs just fell away.
Yeah, I mean, Kersey's got 13.5 seconds to make. It's lap 46 out of 57, so we've got about 12 laps or so to go.
I mean, it's doable for him to get to the top 10.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much further he can go, to be honest.
To be honest with you, everyone might have to make a pit stop, you know?
Yeah, the hards.
That's
I
a
think
lot
you
of
can
laps.
stretch them.
That's a lot of laps to do. You could
Yeah.
they are going to be very slow at the end of this race if they make it to the end.
They are. I think any virtual safety car that might possibly come out or anything, people will pit.
I think they will. Oh, definitely if there's a safety car, but virtual, they might even pit then. Speaking of pitting,
Yeah.
Bolts is in. And moving on.
Jesus not pulling away here from Phantom Dragon. Phantom Dragon actually closing the gap up again. Both of them have used their battery quite a bit. In fact, the top 4 have. Dystopian's actually in a really good position. He's got
Spread's
more
made
battery.
a move. He's made a move. He has got
First time
ahead
for everything.
of-
Well done, Spread. About time.
Oh, he's made it, and he's made it stick. He's now in P6, and the other Aston Martin, Dystopian, is making a charge. Both the Aston Martins doing very well as Cameron comes under threat more than attacking.
He is, and you have to look at Dystopian's battery compared to the 2 cars in front of him. He's got much more to play with.
That's a confirmation. Nearly, well, double of Camerons, nearly triple of Hillies.
Oh,
Oh no!
the commentator
Guys! Oh no! You
he
what?
got on the curve and it just went from him.
That is all just an error. The car just goes. I don't even think he was on the curb either. That just went.
Were you on board with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my word!
The commentator curse has.
It's struck again.
Oh no!
Who else do we want to curse? Let's think.
As Spread loses his position again because he's washed.
Yeah. Oh, we thought about fighting it. No.
But then he realised he's Spread and he can't.
Yes. Oh, I tell you what, he thought about proving you wrong there. You could see he was going to potentially make a move there through the turn 4-5 complex at the end of sector 1. But he's going to hold back. Big D also holding back just in the background. I think we've got to watch out for that corner because we've seen 3 people spin at that very part of the track.
I think on worn tyres, that curb can turn to ice. Might want to watch P1 here. P1 and P2, they're very close, half a second between them again. And there's a lap car in the way, which might upset you. The Alfa Romeo went a bit wide there. But it might work out for Jesus here.
I think
might
Jesus, I mean,
yes.
It's a Ferrari that's obviously pitted onto fresh soft because he is very quick.
Look at
but
the
he's
pace
picked up DRS.
Though. Look at the pace difference of that Ferrari on new tyres.
Yeah, that's Bolts. Yeah, it is Bolts. And he
That's
sets
a good
fastest lap.
show of it.
And he pulls that out of the way. He wanted that fastest lap. Oh, he's giving Jesus a helping hand there as Kamarov gets ahead of Hilly. Belfast is losing position.
Spriggs again, up into 5th.
He's proving you wrong.
No, come on, Spriggs.
Come on, attack!
Hi, bum.
Hey, I'm trying to talk about dad bombs and spread. We all know what happens.
Don't count out Big D though. Big D in this battle as well. Didn't even notice him there.
He's
Right
sort of
behind
just sat
Spriggs.
quietly. He's sort of just
He
licking his
has. He's had
lips,
quite a
thinking what's
quiet
happened.
race.
He's just waiting to see what happens. He was in the battle with the likes of Dystopian and Corey, so unsurprisingly that they've been them three sort of close together all race. As Phantom picks up another penalty.
Oh, that could be crucial. Jesus must have saw that now, and he
That's a
must
sigh of
be
relief.
excited now.
I think it's because he's pushing that much harder. He's lost DRS.
Yeah, I think he's pushing to keep up with Jesus, and it's cost him. The gap, the curse had the 13-second gap, now down to 4.5.
Oh wow, yeah, that
7 laps to
has
go.
closed very quickly. That to me, that looks like these guys are gonna have to pit.
But 7 laps to go. I don't think they're gonna.
Oh, you can't call he's gonna. We could have
Spriggs has made the
punctures.
move back on spread. These two are having a great battle.
Yeah, and a backhand moment just for good measure for like Spriggs. Spread having a left and right, see if he can find a gap. Thought Hilliard for 1 second might have had a move on camera, but he didn't quite. But they're still staying very close. It is anyone's game now. Absolutely anyone's game. These tyres are shot. They are very much shot. We've just seen what happened to Dystopian losing it on the curb. They are struggling for grip. Meanwhile, Curse on the fresher softs, 6-lap ball, mind you, is gaining rapidly and could make quite a few positions.
Another 3-second penalty there for Hilly. Spriggs in a very good position here.
Yeah.
Still not having any penalties.
Even though he's got a gap.
He's still battling with Spread. Spread right behind him, able to go through these corners. Oh, Spriggs almost loses
They
it.
are absolutely on the edge of grip.
The hard tyres, I think,
on board
definitely the better tyre now.
Oh, there it is. Corey has pitted. He has gone for
that
it.
was on the hards, though. He was a hard runner.
Spread diving it down the inside, the side-by-side through turn 1. Spriggs has lost all the rear end there. He almost managed to hold it.
He's got to watch out he doesn't lose out to Big D here. Big D here is right on him.
Spriggs has got
nothing left. I think those mediums
left.
are done.
The mediums have gone, and all of a sudden those are pitting onto softs might pull an absolute blinder. Curse, we thought might have made the wrong choice. Still may not have made the right choice, but he's not losing out here. He is gaining so fast on these hard and medium runners. Anyone could end up with a puncture here, especially the mediums. The mediums look like they've hit the cliff.
Oh, a bit of a twitch there from Spread as well. Spriggs is going to stay in DRS. Can he fight back like he has been for most of his stint, to be honest?
Can he keep the back end through these very fast corners? That is the main thing.
He can. He held it quite well there. He's using a bit of battery just to close up in the final corner. It's going to be interesting to see the run he gets here.
Curse picks up a
He's
penalty.
quite far back. But the battle for third is interesting.
Yeah.
He
gets close, but not quite close enough. Spriggs gaining.
Had a look.
Oh, he's just gotta watch out now. Dystopian's closed back into this battle after spinning. Dystopian's there. Bolt's picking up penalties. Corey already all over the back of KZA and immediately gets past on that start-finish straight. He's now going to be flying, and I reckon he might have a few fastest laps coming his way. Meanwhile, Curse all over the back of Robbo, and this is P9. He's within the top 10.
Oh, we have a yellow flag.
It's Dystopian. Dystopian's gone again. Oh, it's the same corner.
How's the... Oh, no.
maybe they'll contact. I don't know. We weren't quite there, but yeah, Dystopia's gone again.
That's the curse up to ninth, and he's on the back of 8th.
Yeah,
He's doing a very good job here. This has actually worked out quite well for him.
he's not far away from top 5 now. Corey's got 18.3 seconds. It's like 53 out of 57. That might be a bit too much for a big ass, but could there be punctures? Maybe that might be why he's pitted. Maybe he's a bit afraid of potential puncture territory because these guys have no great. Haley is still absolutely on the absolute edge of Kamarov there, and he's on hards. Meanwhile, Phantom and Jesus, both of them doing that. Go.
The curse down the inside of the Alpine, but Dystopian's there as well. Dystopian's held it and got the pair of them.
It's unbelievable. See, how is
The
he still
curse gonna
fighting?
Go back down the inside in turn 4. This is close.
Oh my word! How
This
is
is
he doing
great
this? How is he doing
He's gonna
this?
hold it round the outside. Leave room, guys. You have.
Oh, and they're still side by side, going all the way to the.
It's absolutely brilliant.
They're still
racing.
going side by side. This is amazing. How has he got the grip? Where is he finding this from? Unbelievable scenes from Dystopian there. Oh, what a move! Oh, what a battle! How has he found the? He spun twice on those tyres. How has he found the grip? The scenes. Meanwhile, Hilly's going to go for the P3 on Kamarov. Our medium runners still going strong.
Oh, Spriggs has got spread again. There's still life in those mediums.
Curse has also got past ahead of Dystopian, and Robbo is just probably amazed at how he's managed to hold that position.
And what's interesting is the gap has actually opened between Kamarov and the hards to the top 2.
Yeah.
So the hards are not quicker.
The hards are very much not. They're just as gone, and a fuel warning light has switched on for spread. He's running out of fuel.
Fuel drains a lot here, doesn't it?
It very much does.
I never took that into account. I think it's only spread that has the fuel light on. Yes, it is.
Oh, Phantom has got no ERS. He's burned absolutely everything trying to keep up with Jesus, but he's just done nothing to answer for his pace.
Literally got nothing.
So, spread, potentially in the mud. A Dystopian, I think, finally starting to lose a little bit of time, but still within DRS of Curse up ahead. Curse is now slowing progress as his tyres are coming to the end of lifetime. Corey now
Turns out
12 seconds.
Turns out the Haas doesn't just burn its tyres, it burns its fuel as well.
There's not much the Haas can do, we're discovering.
It is an awful car, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, the most abysmal Haas season that has been since Nikita Mazepin.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Might be badly why. Schmidt is pitted for medium tyres.
But it's interesting, those mediums are going to do the distance.
Somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'd love to know where they're on.
Absolutely. Well, at the minute, the top 3 are on mediums, so I'd very much love to ask how much poo is coming out of their trousers right now.
We could have a battle for 5th here again. Spread should have a run here. Out of the final corner. As is Kamarov. Kamarov's quite far back, though. Yeah.
Spread didn't
Kicked
quite get
Spread
the
though in
exit
the
he
house.
needs, but he has got a lot of straight line speed, but not a lot of fuel, and I reckon he might just lift it. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
lifting.
backed off.
He's
Yeah,
lifting big
he is
time there.
struggling for fuel.
Meanwhile, Dystopian has just passed the curse.
Dystopian, a man on a mission. He has spun
Uh,
twice on those tires. Don't forget.
he's absolutely
What could have
on
been
it.
if this guy hadn't have dropped it? If
It,
we hadn't have given him the commentator's curse,
it could have
oh,
been
what could have
P3.
been?
Could have been P3. He was right on the back of Cameron, and then we just said something, and he just went. Just went. If you're cursed right now, you're probably cursing at the fact that you've just been overtaken by someone on 25 up old hard tyres. And you're still getting beat by 4 people on 25 up old mediums. There's no way he's got life in those tyres. Like, they're surely gonna be about to blow up. Surely.
I'm surprised we haven't seen, but we are on the last lap.
Spread dangerously out, nearly out
We
of
got a
fuel.
move for
Hilly's been overtaken on the final lap. Jesus looks like he might just pull away with this one. We may have to go
What
board.
are their
Meanwhile, Spread,
penalties?
Spriggs, and Big D all getting involved on towards turn 1. Spread holding line. Spriggs losing 2 places this time as Big
Briggs
D.
can afford this though. He hasn't got the penalty. Remember, all he needs to do is keep with him. Hopefully, those mediums aren't completely destroyed. But Spread and Big D, they can go fighting as much as they like. 'Cause they're on the same penalties.
Yeah, and there's
Oh,
contact! He goes into the back of Big
Briggs
D.
and Big D.
Oh, you just said it. You
no.
just said it.
Commentates the curse. Oh no!
Oh, we're gonna have to go with
We're gonna have to
Jesus.
switch
Has
to
he's
Jesus now.
he's been absolutely head and heels at the end of this race. He's just pulled away massively. No penalties. Jesus, the home hero, technically, is going on the start of this race. He's weaving all over. The team comes out, and it's fireworks for Jesus. He wins the Qatar Grand Prix. Phantom Dragon comes home in second, but he has got pens. Kamarov third on the track, and third across the line. Spriggs is ahead of Spread.
Spread's out of fuel. Spread's out of fuel.
Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again.
Oh no!
He's done it again. He's out. It's his second time he's been out of fuel.
KZA also looking like he's gonna run out of fuel. Both houses.
Out of
Funnily
fuel. Yeah. Oh no, he's still got some.
No, he should be okay.
Wow. We saw this in Saudi Arabia. Spread run out of fuel at the end of the race. He's now run out of fuel at Qatar. I don't think he likes the Middle East.
But speaking of the Middle East,
Jesus.
what a race from Jesus. The man, the myth, the legend.
Literally.
At his home Grand Prix. I just got an achievement. Eagle Eye. Unbelievable. You spectated a race.
Well, your first race you spectated, it's a full 100% race.
Isn't it?
The Bible scenes. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly... Jesus.
Oh. There
He's
was the
belly
mistake
flopping.
from Jesus, so he's fallen over on the podium.
And, oh my god, he's got your picture.
He's what?
He's got the picture.
Oh, yes. I was about to say something then, but
Yeah,
stopped myself.
maybe not. I also stopped myself.
But there's your result. That was a great race. Very close from start to finish. You didn't know who was going to win.
No clue. No clue. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to figure out how to do things.
Shout out to Jesus, Spriggs, and KZA. No
Shout to
penalties.
Dystopian.
Shout out to Dystopian as well for putting up with us giving him the commentator curse.
You know what? Fuck it, driver a day, Dystopian. I will be impressed of how he somehow managed to hold that on curse. That is the most impressive thing I think I've ever seen. I just genuinely can't believe how he managed to hold it on like 20 on lap all hards that spun twice. Madness. Absolute mad things. Wow. Well, yeah. Holy crap. Just seeing who we can obviously get in the party because of cross play. But obviously Jesus and Phantom don't have Xbox, so just seeing if they do have one, if they're on like a PC or something. Jesus is EA, I think.
I can invite Kamarov if you like.
Yes, so you get Kamarov in, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jesus is on PC, so we can't get him in. Okay. Yeah, this is the only issue we have with it.
Invited.
This is the only issue we have with crossplay. It makes it hard to do.
Who was the next highest placed drivers? We can see if we could get them in possibly. Just see how their race went, wasn't it?
I can't even remember. It
wasn't Hilly the next one, was it?
There's no include audio, which was
don't worry about it. It's already included. Don't worry about it.
Are you on PC?
Yeah, we've upgraded again.
Fair enough.
Well, by the looks of things, it might just be a one podium interviewee.
It's Jesus and
they are on different platforms.
Oh, on PC, on the PS.
Yeah, I think Phantom's on the PlayStation, so there's no chance we get him.
Yeah.
So we'll move on with you, Cameron. You had a pretty a better race than you did last time. You weren't obviously like a yo-yo this time. You were more consistently at the front.
I got P2 last time.
Well, yeah, you finished P2, but you were yo-yoing and you were at the back of the grid at one point. This time you're at the front, and I mean the pit stop strategy definitely changed there with the tyres not lasting as long as we thought. Your take on that race?
Well, originally I just said fuck it. I'm gonna do a medium, soft, because why not? 3 stops funny. And then obviously we had the safety car, which kind of fucked it over. I thought it was going to be brilliant if we didn't have that safety car, because we all had everyone. I think everyone in the top 5 was doing different strategies, and it was going to be great. But yeah, we did have that, and I just thought hards are going to last longer towards the end, and they're going to be better at the end, and they would have been, but my hards were higher percentage than Hilly's mediums, so
really,
I don't really know what happened there. The only thing that I can assume is that the Alfa Romeo is such shit downforce that it was just scrubbing the tyres so much that they were just wearing out. But yeah, I'm kind of a bit fucking space now. My head is not working. My brain is gone. It was good fun. I enjoy driving the track, but fucking hell, do you have to concentrate to not get it right? You're gonna be spot on every single fucking corner.
Yeah, I must say, first of all, another shout out to all the drivers for doing 100% around Qatar.
And people who didn't get a fucking penalty, Spriggs and Jesus, I think it was. How the fuck?
Yeah, that's another because that is nearly impossible. But so about that type percentage then, what was the difference then between you and Hilly?
Not a lot. I think I was only a couple of percent higher than him, but even still, between mediums and hards, I should have been about what 10 or 15% lower. So it's yeah.
And what was the end tire level?
I mean, I had like high 50s on the fronts and high 40s on the rears. I
Oh,
think for
wow,
me.
not as high as I thought it would then.
Yeah. Well, that was me, and well, I guess on the hards. I guess I was the highest, seeing as I was higher than Henny. But yeah, it wasn't too bad.
So another
Didn't feel great.
another podium, and that's going to drag you further up the standings as some of the other
I've got no idea where I am
leaders.
now.
Oh, you
Well,
made a big jump to
Robbo and
15th.
Spread didn't have a brilliant race. Well,
No.
Spread ran out of fuel, didn't he?
Yeah,
Um,
again, banter.
and THCM wasn't here. But I don't know. I mean, like Spriggs had a decent race. He's only a couple of positions behind, and I mean, this point system is consistency definitely over standout results. So
Absolutely. Anyway, moving on. Next track, Austin. Are you going to,
yeah.
first of all, are you going to be there, and how you
I'm not
feeling
gonna
about
be.
it?
I'm not gonna be here anyway. So yeah,
Ah.
I'm gonna be in Manchester. So get fucked. I'm gonna be having a good time. Instead of
Take me with
racing
you.
that shit track.
Take me with you.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot do that. So I'm
Ah.
gonna come and commentate on it.
Ah, that's a shame, that. Anyway, well, in that case, that is all we have time for, and that was the Qatar Grand Prix. It was a very long one, because we also had that restart, so it's over 2 hours. Oh my word, I am going mental. Thank you for
Jesus.
watching, and good night.